I don't know why you would let me read tarot cards since I've never done this before, but I guess in quarantine we'll do something new, and it sounded fun. So this is the deck we have. It's Okay Tarot, the Simple Deck for Everyone by Adam J. Kurtz. And it says on the back, it's not perfect, but it's okay. Let me show you. It has like this little star. And it's cute. It's not perfect, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So this is the deck we're gonna use. Are you excited? Okay, I'm gonna open it. It has a little book here for its introduction to cards meanings by Kelsey Anderson. It looks like this, like a little small book. It doesn't have a lot of information in here, but there's, as it said, an introduction. So I'm gonna refer to this and also look up on Google what the cards actually mean. I realized after we got this deck of cards, that it's not really useful. Like, it's very cute. I'm gonna show you how some of the images look like. They're very minimalist. But one of the, from my understanding, and again, I know nothing about tarot cards, don't get me wrong, you can also read meaning from the actual images. So although having a deck like this that is just like pure baby pink and has like such beautiful, simple and fun drawings, it doesn't really tell you anything about the actual meaning of the card. So like, for instance, in, you know, the most canon, in the most often used tarot decks, if you see like a crying woman or something like that, that would give you like some kind of context, and you can use this sort of connotation with your question or something like that. But here you're just kind of in the dark, really, because they're cute but not informative. So, and they sound pretty good. It's a good sound. I'm sure a lot of people who watch it and actually do tarot, they're gonna be like, no, that's not how you do this. Oh, you're butchering methods. And you are correct. So there's that. I'm just doing it intuitively and just having fun. I thought, you know, what else can we do tonight? We could play Catan. That'd be pretty good. But the new version of Catan that we have, it's not new, it's just that we only just got it. It takes like 3 hours to play, so I thought we could just, like, you know, do something along the lines of like what's awaiting for me in the near future, or like what I should be careful about, or what I should avoid, or, you know, everyone's kind of stuck in quarantine, so we'll have a lot of like similar experiences, although it hit everyone differently. So I'm gonna Google something now and let's see what we can come up with. Let me get this here. easy spreads. Very good. 3 cards. 25 is a 3-card tarot spreads. That's exactly what we need. The general ones say past, present, future, the nature, the cause, and the solution, current situation, obstacle, advice, situation, action, outcome, context, where to focus, outcome, what I think, what I feel, what I do. Did any of those feel like a good idea? Yeah, so that one was current situation, obstacle, advice. I feel like it's a good one also because there's a lot of anxiety with quarantine and COVID. It's very hard to understand where we are right now because a lot of people were fired from their jobs, a lot of people got furloughed, and it's not easy to understand, like, when is it gonna stop, what the future holds, you know. So going to cards, even with someone like me, who's obviously not an expert, could have some kind of guidance maybe, or some kind of advice. So do you want to do that one? Okay, let's do that one. So current situation, obstacle, advice. There's also situation, action, outcome, but what kind of action can we really do at this moment in time, you know? So let's do this one. And unfortunately, I'm not familiar with cards, as you already understand from my gibberish. So I'm gonna have to type in on Google what each card means so that I'm not just, you know, in the unknown. Okay. Let's look at these cards. And I'm gonna try and have in mind this kind of situation we're having right now. I know a lot of people have like a really awesome connection to their cards, and they don't let anyone else touch them, and they feel them, and I think those people are really cool. My friend did me a tarot reading before this whole COVID thing happened, and I don't know, it feels really, just feels really nice and interesting and fun. You also have to like open up a little bit and be vulnerable, because you have to like ask an important question and accept, you know, that maybe you're behaving in a more, I don't know, selfish way or something like that. Is it allowed to shuffle your cards vertically? Or is there some kind of rule in the tarot community that it's not okay? I'm just gonna do like this just to be safe. Oh, this one wants out. I think this one came for a current situation because I was thinking about where we are right now. Okay, so I'm going to fill out all of these cards, there are a lot of them, and see how we feel. Let me do it over here, okay? Right here on the carpet. Okay. There's so many of them. And it's breaking them out so randomly. I'm happy that you don't see this. And I'm gonna take my left hand, as they say, because it's a more spiritual hand, I think. I have no idea what I'm talking about. And I'm going to try to feel 2 more cards. There's one that felt kind of hot. Also here. Yeah. This one. It was either those 2 or the ones close to them. But anyway. Let me collect this mess of cards that I made. But honestly, I think Erin is better than me in this. So maybe they should have done your reading. Okay. Current situation. This is the card that fell out. And it's the Knight of Cups. It's the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Cups, It's the Knight of Cups. I'll show you up close if you want to see. So, you see this kind of shield to represent the knight and a silly little cup in the middle. This is the Knight of Cups. I think you understand now what I mean by them not really telling you much in regards of illustration, but let's go to our little book. Our little book. And let's find the Knight of Cups. Cups start at page 27. Those are very small pages. Suit of Cups. The cups represent the full range of human emotions, with an emphasis on love, fulfillment, and relationships. It is related to the element of water and its qualities, including emotions and natural rhythms. Related astrological signs: Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. It is right now Gemini season, so that's not it. Okay, here we go. The Knight of Cups. Charming, opportunity, flirtatious. I think this kind of proves that I'm really bad at reading tarot. Let's check out what the internet has to tell us in this kind of situation. Knight of Cups meaning. Let's go to the labyrinth first. Oh, it says learn tarot with our free app. Well, I didn't do that. It says here that the Knight of Cups is in proper touch with his emotions and his intuition, and that he uses them for his own well-being and during his many romance and seduction quests. Who out of all you on a seduction quest right now? It's quarantine, stay home. He's usually quite attractive and charming to others, regardless of their gender. Queer icon. Yes, that's great. When faced with an actual decision, the Knight of Cups is going to listen to his heart, regardless of whether this is actually a logical choice or not. He appears as a messenger, and with him he carries an invitation or an arrival of something or someone, which is going to have a certain emotional benefit for you. As a knight, he is also charged with taking the gifts of his suit and bringing it outward into the world. All of this, I feel like, has nothing to do with what we're looking for, so let's keep scrolling. There's the love meaning. I feel like if someone's in love right now, that's right up their alley, but I want a more broad meaning for those of us who are not on our seduction quest. Career meaning. Finance meaning. I'm not feeling this card a lot. I'm sure some of you know what it means in terms of like current situation, but all I've heard for now is, upright keywords on the side say also graceful, tactful, diplomatic, mediator, negotiator, And I've also read that he uses his intuition and emotions for his own well-being. So what I'm gathering from all of this is that he's about, and the situation is about looking into ourselves and taking care of ourselves, because we would like to help the entire world, but right now it's important to take care of our own selves. The situation with quarantine and COVID is very stressful and very anxiety inducing, so it's essential that we do what is best for us. And it could sound selfish, but it is like a preservation tactic right now. So using our intuition to understand what we need right now for our own well-being, and that's different for everybody. There is a talk of productivity. If you need to be super productive right now and do all the projects that you've always wanted to do, like open up your planner and search what you've been wanting to do for a while and do it all. And there are also people who are saying that it is a stressful time, and it's, if you don't feel productive or motivated, then that's completely fine. And you need to take care of yourself. Eat, sleep, take showers, go on short walks while wearing face coverings and keeping your distance. So it's up to you to look deeply into yourself, apart from all those social media who are telling you to, like buying wellness products and this, and understand what you need for your own well-being. And then we have two more cards. Here they are. One of them is obstacle and one of them is advice, I think. Let me go back to it. Yes, obstacle and advice. So let's do obstacle first. It is reversed 4 of Pentacles. Are those Pentacles? Let me check. I always like when in a tarot reading I get like major arcana, because they're so fun. Like you get devil or Satan or whatnot. So I'm a little disappointed when we get like 4 of this. Whatever. It starts at page 39. There we go. Pentacles. And we'll get down. Suit of Pentacles. The pentacles or coins represent finances and a sense of security. It is related to the element of earth, and its qualities include security, stability, foundation, and nurturance. Related astrological signs are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And it is 4. Okay, so it is not only 4 of Pentacles, but it is also in reversed. Not in reversed, in upright position. It means security, frugal, possession. That speaks to my heart, although I was talking about major arcana here, but it actually makes sense to me, at least in my situation. Security gone. I mean, it does says frugal, and we are trying to be frugal with the food we have in the pantry. We try to buy things only once a week, so we don't just go to the supermarket, and we don't overbuy, and we have like a dozen eggs, and by the end of the second week we're like, we need to save the eggs for baking. Baking saves our mental health, you know what I mean? So frugal though is an upright position, but since I don't follow any rules, I can read it any way I want. And let's go and check out the meaning on an actual website that knows what they're talking about. Here we go. Let's go. 4 of Pentacles. Meaning. It is a financial card, which makes a lot of sense because it's in the position of obstacle, and our finances an obstacle. Like you would think, for an introvert, being encouraging is nice because you don't go to work if you're not like essential, or you've been furloughed or something like that, and you can just stay home and play video games and cook and have fun with like your loved ones who live with you. Or if you're alone, you can like have all the alone time in the world that you need. But finance-wise, you still need to pay rent, and for New York, for instance, a stimulus check is half what you need to pay for 1 month. So it is very stressful, and it is quite an obstacle. Like, you would live happily ever after if you didn't need finances in these situations. And I only mean that in regards to people who are healthy and whose relatives are healthy. Of course, it is a completely different story for people who did get sick with COVID, and finances are not the only problem for them. But just from my perspective, where I'm sitting in an apartment and without a job, it's finances are definitely an obstacle, and I feel like a lot of people could relate to that. In reversed, the reversed keywords for this card are generosity, giving, spending, openness, financial insecurity, reckless spending. Okay, that's like a little different approach to what I was talking about, but I feel like there are so many different ways to read all of this, because to me it's like I read the first half, generosity, giving, openness, and the sense of almost, I know it's like a finance card, but like in the sense of community. Like on Instagram stories, you always see people who are giving back to the community that is struggling because of COVID. But in terms of finances, as I've been talking, it's insecurity and overbuying, or what is it, reckless spending, can be because people, they lack any kind of joy in life being looked down, and they could just go online and try to kind of fill that void with online shopping. But yeah, a lot of things in here make sense, but again, I am not good at this show. And here is reversed. This is in reversed. You are haunted by certain fears of poverty, which compels you to be nothing but materialistic. You're incredibly self-protective and defensive in terms of materialistic things, and you're not opening up to trust other people out of fear that they may be taking them away. I can definitely see this as a reaction to what's happening right now from people, and yeah, the fear is real. It says, on the other hand, you might be spending too much money, and you need to start getting a proper hold of your actual financial resources. In any case, the card is capable of inducing both positive and negative associations, and you need to be very accountable and considerate if you get the Four of Pentacles in a reading. So I feel like it's a time when we all need to act very responsibly about our finances. I understand the joy of shopping, and it is very attractive right now with all those companies coming up with different kinds of promotions and stuff. But it is really important to look at the situation you're in and understand the risks of the country or your state or your city not opening for a couple more months or even more than that. And I'm not preaching anything right now, God forbid. It's just what I think I've been thinking as well. And I hope at least some of this makes sense, because I have lost my train of thought. Thank you. I needed to leave to let my fridge cool again, because when it's cooling it is very loud, so I try to turn it off while I'm recording, but also I'm afraid that the rest of our produce will get spoiled, because I accidentally left it off for a bit today. And all my frozen bananas for future smoothies became a swamp. But let's get back to our reading. I just took your soul. But don't worry, it will be fine. The last card we have is the advice. So it is not a solution to every problem, it's just maybe a little bit of guidance in all of this business. Let's see what card we have. The King of Swords. Not only is it a King of Swords, but it is a King of Swords in reversed. This is the card. Let me get back to our book and see what it has to say. It only gives you a couple words for the meaning in upright position, so we need to take it with a grain of salt. King of Wands. Oh, so this is Wands. My apologies. Let's get to Swords. Carrying out Swords. The Suit of Swords. The sword represents thoughts, analysis, and communication. It is related to the element of air in its qualities including rationality, philosophical thought, perception, and communication. Related astrological signs are Gemini. I got you, Gemini season. Libra and Aquarius. Very relatable since I'm an Aquarius myself. And here we go. This is the King of Swords. Intellectual, rational, and dictator. So those are the words that are in an upright position. And now I'm going to Google the reversed. Okay, let's go. King of Swords, reversed. Let's keep using this website, although I'm not sure it's really a good one because some of the meanings they don't quite connect with me, so maybe I need to find a website that's better for me. Better yet, I should learn tarot and have a deck that has some kind of, guidance of its own, but here we are. Let's see reversed. I'm reading some things online, but they don't really connect with me in a way that I can understand what it means, because I'm looking for advice of any sorts, and reversed and non-reversed, it seems a little off. Like in upright position, it is reason, authority, discipline, integrity, morality, serious, high standards, and strict. In reversed, keywords is irrational, dictator, oppressive, inhumane, or inhuman, I don't know how to read that word, controlling, cold, ruthless, and dishonest. So I'm looking at reversed and trying to find a way to rationalize all those irrational keywords. I think it's more of like not to be any of that, to stay rational, stay calm, not to be a dictator and be a part of your community instead, to be human and try to understand your neighbor or whoever, it's neighbor is like a metaphor for anyone who's close to you. Not to be controlling, not to be cold in this kind of situation. And I'm thinking, because this card doesn't really connect to me, is to pull out a different card and see if maybe that meaning helps me understand this card or has a different context I can use. So let's get back to the cards and ask for advice specifically. I will say, when I was going through the cards, I forgot to keep in mind that I was looking for advice. So I do need to be more present, I guess, in my choosing of the card. I want to see if anyone will come out on its own. It's a very difficult situation, and I'm just looking for some advice. see what they are. That's interesting. The Knight. This is a although the deck is new-ish, we've used it before. Just like Aaron's used it before for a couple of readings, and we have shuffled it thoroughly. So getting the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands while having the Knight of Cups in our situation is a little interesting. But since I'm a beginner, I don't really know off the top of my head what they mean, so let's take a look. I'm looking for advice. Let's go to our trusted little book first. And we haven't had wands, we have had cups and swords and pentacles. So let's go to wands first. The Knight of Wands is adventurous, trailblazer, and determined. And then the Knight of Pentacles is hard work, business-minded, and responsibility. So that's a very interesting combination. They seem to be connecting in just those three word combinations in terms of responsibility and determination, but completely different in one of them being adventurous, and from my understanding, ones are fire, action, progress, movement, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and on the opposite side we have Pentacles with hard work and business-minded, and Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So it almost seems like two completely different things are trying to merge to give us some kind of advice, which is interesting, judging how different the positions of people are right now, with what one needs to do, to handle the whole quarantine thing. So let's go on the line. They are both in their upright position, and we will need to Google Knight of Wands meaning. There we go. Next time I'll use a different website as for the code. Courageous, energetic, charming, hero, rebellious, hot-tempered, and free spirit. Passion, energy for work, brave decisions, sudden influx of money, maybe another stimulus check. It says using finances for travel, which please do not. When it appears, the Knight of Wands means a great time to get away and travel. The person should feel charged up and full of life. One is also ready to get things done. He is adventurous and can find fun things to do no matter where he is. There is never a dull moment where the Knight of Wands is around. When the Knight of Wands shows up in a reading, it seems to suggest that the seeker wants to complete important tasks. One wants to impress others with others' knowledge and skill. The card also shows up when the person is planning to move to another place or residence. I think, rather than advice, in a lot of readings like this, the third card means future, or something to look forward to. And I feel like a lot of people are feeling stuck, and they really need this travel, whether you see it as a metaphor to go outside and start, living your life again, or actually travel. So it's something to look forward to, in my understanding, and it also says that he can find fun in no matter where he is. So it is that productivity side of things. So if you have it in you to create something or do something or help someone during this time, then you should do it. But then on the other hand, we have our Knight of Pentacles. And so the other side of this whole advice, I don't know why I did that. Knight of Pentacles. practical, reliable, efficient, stoic, slow and steady, hardworking, committed, patient. That actually, like, I don't know if I'm reading into it too much, or I don't know if like people read this way, but to me they're like right now in this specific context are two sides of the same coin almost, in terms of advice during quarantine. So one of them is, you know, do what you can to have fun while it lasts, you know, if you're healthy and you're safe. If you can be productive, if you can help people, do that. But the other one is saying be stoic, be slow and steady, you know, take it in at any speed that you need to, be patient. You know, if your state opens a little too early, don't just go out and, you know, be in a crowded space. Be patient, and be patient with yourself too. There is also a meaning of frugality, and it can mean, in my how I feel this thing, it can also mean frugality in terms of experiences. The Knight of Pentacles can also represent routine, or the kind of general hard work that you go through every day. The meaning of the Knight of Pentacles also advises that the current should continue to do exactly what he is doing. Sticking with the tried and true methods, he will accomplish everything he has set out to do. Sometimes going with what has already done is not necessarily bad. I'm not sure if this is something with sometimes going with what has already done is not necessarily bad. I'm not sure if my English is not good enough to understand this phrase, or if it's written wrong, but going with the flow is not necessarily bad, is what I'm reading from it. They do seem to bounce off of each other almost, and I think to me that speaks of a, you know, just different people find different solutions and different approach to the same problem, and not a single one of us is the same. So whatever works for you, as long as you're responsible, and as long as you don't put other people in danger, or yourself, you know, stay safe too, then it's good, and we will get through this and everything will be good again. So I better go and turn back the fridge until all the dumplings go soggy. And thank you for spending time with me tonight, and I hope if this didn't make a lot of sense, that at least it was calming and you have